Now, we had previously downsized twice in actual fact, and one of the times we downsized to a 3-bedroom house, which we just felt was too small and pokey, and actually I was claustrophobic. The other time we downsized was into a bungalow with a fantastic view, but then we need to move out of that in order to look after parents. So we decided that after 11 moves, this was going to be our ultimate move. So we really wanted everything to suit us. We wanted a really nice apartment. I was worried about Vic falling downstairs, so apartment was what was going to suit us. Having looked at quite a few other apartments around Poole, which were all small and pokey, as soon as we walked into Platinum Skies, we realised the spaciousness and the modernity and the views you can get and the warmth. We just felt this was going to be right for us, and I promised Vic we'll never move again. We realised that maybe one of us is going to be left by ourselves, so we wanted to move into a place that didn't feel like a care home, but just where you could meet other people and do other things with them. I'm a very outgoing person, so I like to join in and do all sorts of social things, whether it's sporty activities or other. So this kind of environment that you have in Platinum Skies seemed to just be exactly what we wanted.
We realised that this type of community, because in fact that's what you're buying into, is a community, not just a dwelling, offered us a much wider range of options for the future.
I mean, you only have to walk up in between the two buildings on either side, and then you look at that view and think, oh wow, that is just so nice. I really want a bit of that. And then you come in and you go through to your apartment and you walk in, and you know how sometimes when you go into a house and you think, it's us, it's just me, I really like this. That's what we sort of felt about it.
The amount of space, the design of the actual apartments, and the other thing was the community, because many of the apartments we viewed, or the flats that we viewed, we realised those communities were not permanent. They were holiday let properties, so you actually wouldn't have been part of a community. You'd have spent a lot of time on your own with no other people around. From my point of view, I've become a bit more independent or more active, certainly doing more things here than I was doing in our previous home. Some of that might be due to the bus service, because you feel accessible. You know, we're at the top of a hill, but you don't have the issue of having to walk back up it. You know, you can just jump on the bus and drop you almost outside the door. So, you know, life from my point of view is much more convenient and much more rewarding.
I feel completely safe here. I don't worry about any young people coming and trying to take away your goodies or whatever. I feel the future is secure.
Yeah, I get a degree of security from being in the community, because you know, one has to think about what's going to happen around the corner. We don't know. And it's the sort of place that when one is left on one's own, you know, you don't have to wallow. You know, there will be support, there will be companionship. It was a very useful option to consider. We had talked about and thought about for a while equity release, because having no children, we didn't have to think about leaving anything to anybody, and so we could indulge ourselves and enjoy fairly meagre savings, and use some money from our property to help us enjoy the remainder of our life. So the opportunity of having shared ownership was quite important, and the fact that the level of ownership can be varied also gives you the freedom and the ability to organise that, you know, to suit your own particular needs. I think it's an overall feeling about actually living. Sort of revitalised me in terms of wanting to be more active and do more things.
I just love our apartment. I love the idea of Platinum Skies here. I think the location is out of this world. The people we've met are so nice. I like just being able to pop up to the shops if I need to. I love being able to nip on a bus. We haven't been on a bus for years. Used to do it as a kid. We're like little kids in a sweetie shop actually. We just say, oh, where should we go? I mean, it really is so much to like. There's not one particular thing. There's nothing we don't like.